This is my third company. The first one, I'm a computer scientist by training. I'm a marketer by profession. And I'm a social entrepreneur by passion. All right. My first company was a company I started when I was and then people will already guess how old I am as soon as I say that. So I was 20, and I come from a relatively humble background. We were not poor. My father made sure we had all the nice things that we could have, but he was a teacher. My mom is a shop owner at a place called Olkalau. Does anybody know Olkalau? You know Bharat, I'm impressed. Okay, good. Okay, now I feel a bit more at home. You've been there?
Yes.
Okay, so Olkalau is in the countryside back in Kenya, for those who don't know. But I was actually born in West Pokot. Who knows West Pokot? West Pokot is where Kenya's first president was jailed during the colonial times, so it's famous for that, at least. But also that resilience that I saw in my parents, in terms of no matter what happens, you still go out and you do what you need to do, came out of that. And as soon my first business, I was actually 11 years old, unofficially. I used to run a money courier service back at home. And by money courier, I mean I used to put money in my socks and take it to the bank. And I had a very natural security system, because who would expect an 11-year-old to have $500 in his socks? You know, you can't beat that. It was a very, very profitable business. I actually bought, yeah, thank you. I bought a full Michael Jordan jersey, original, with that. I know. And my mom used to support me in all this a lot, because she was my first customer. Then she connected me to a couple of her friends, and that's how that started. Anyway, when I was 20, like I was saying, I started my own company. I paid my way through university. I used it to also help my folks with paying school fees for my siblings. I have 3 siblings who are all working in Nairobi now, so thank God for that. But then the money got into my head, because I was 23 and relatively rich. So I would, take the girls out and buy nice things, and business got real. Before I knew it, the whole thing came tumbling back down, because I brought in partners. My head was a bit too big. I wasn't listening, blah, blah, blah. So I learned a lot of valuable lessons. It was 5 years of some good lessons. I started my second company immediately after campus. So this one was an innovation house, and what we would do is we were basically building. Sorry, Marianne. I'm so sorry. It's all right. We were building mobile applications. Like I said, I was a computer scientist by training, so that's what we were doing, and that also did quite well. Now, one of the interesting things that we built was an application that was supposed to help Kenyan startups to do crowdfunding. So our mission was actually to create the African version of Kickstarter. You guys know Kickstarter, right? And the reason we were doing that is because, in my experience, I was a mentor for a number of folks, still am. People were having a lot of issues with accessing startup capital. Banks tend to be very shy of young people saying that they want to do business, right? And you can't blame it on the banks, to be fair. Like I said, I was 23, I had a successful company which came tumbling down because I was 23, all right? So you can't really blame the banks. But then again, it's not really because the 23-year-olds running businesses don't deserve to get capital. It's just that we don't yet have, my personal opinion is that in Kenya we don't have a solid system of mentorship. where as a young entrepreneur, you've got somebody who helps you sort of see ahead, all right? Unfortunately, at that age, you can only think so far. Now, we explored many different industries in terms of looking for ways to help them fundraise. And agriculture was one of the ones that we ended up looking at. And in the course of doing, in the NGO world, they call it a baseline. This is basically just when you're doing a feasibility study and everything. We went out and talked to a few farmers, right? And that's when I started understanding the sheer potential of agriculture when it comes to transforming sub-Saharan Africa from an economic perspective, okay? But then I love challenges. So every other industry was relatively easy. Like real estate, you could crowdfund for real estate quite easily. In fact, it's been done a lot back at home. You know, technology, it's a proven model already. Agriculture was new. Agriculture was sort of untapped ground. And I'll show you.